Hi, I'm Jay Cormier. I work with Best Buy Canada. I'm a board game enthusiast and also a board game designer. Now, each month we're going to take a look at the 3 hottest games, and this month we have an eclectic mix of games. We've got everything from Drop Mix, which is a game in which you're making music, and it's from the makers of Rock Band. We also have Pandemic Legacy Season 2. Now, you don't have to know anything about Season 1 to play this game, but it changes. The game actually changes as you play it. It's pretty cool. And number 9 is an abstract thinky kind of game. All right, let's start with number 9. Now, number 9 is a fun, clever, novel little kind of thinky game. Now, it might be accused of being what's called a multiplayer solitaire, and that's kind of a game in which everyone's doing their own thing, and then at the end of the game, you kind of compare scores and see who wins. Usually that's not a great thing, but in this case, the fun, puzzly aspect of the game makes me coming back to it again and again. Let's see how it works. In number 9, a card is flipped over, revealing a number from 0 to 9. Now, each player is then given a tile and must place it in front of them. After the first piece has been placed, each piece afterwards must adhere to a few placement rules. If you're placing it on the table, then it must touch another piece already on the table. And 2, if you're placing it on top of other pieces, then it must be over at least 2 other pieces, and it cannot have any blank spaces below it. That's kind of where the clever part comes in. Now, once all numbers have been placed, players score 0 for any pieces on the table. They score the value of the number for each piece on the level above. They score twice the value of the number on the level above that, and so on as you get higher and higher. It's this scoring that makes the game such a puzzler. So if you're a fan of abstract, puzzly games that have a spatial element, then definitely check out number 9. All right, let's move on to Drop Mix. Where did this game come from? Remember those Rock Band games from Harmonix a few years ago? Well, they're back at it again. This time they're entering the tabletop arena with Drop Mix. Drop Mix comes with a long electronic component as well as 60 cards. You need a phone or a smart device to run the free app, and once it's installed, you're ready to begin. The game comes with 3 modes: Freestyle, Clash, and Party. Freestyle is probably where you'll spend a lot of time as there are no rules and you can simply mix music to your heart's content. Here's how it works. Each card is one aspect of a specific song, like the bass, the guitar, the drums, the vocals, etc. Take any card and place it on one of the spots on the Drop Mix board and you immediately begin to hear that aspect of the song. Then continue to add cards to other spots and these aspects are added almost instantly. You can remove them or even play cards on top of other cards, which cancels out the ones below it. It's almost magical and it makes you feel like you're an actual DJ with skills. Now, this magic is possible because of the RFID chip inside every card, so the board knows which card is being placed. Now, Party Mode is a cooperative game in which you and your friends are collaborating, trying to match to the requests that the app has, and it's amazing to hear the beats and the music that you'll come up with playing this mode. In Clash Mode, you have a competitive mode of 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, or 1 versus 2, where you're trying to beat your opponent to get to 21 points first. Now, there is a bit of strategy in this mode, which allows for some outmaneuvering and sneaky plays. It's an addictive game that's as much fun by yourself as it is with a group of friends. Now let's move on to Pandemic Legacy Season 2. Now, have you heard of a legacy game before? If not, get ready for a revolution in the board game world. Legacy games change as you play them. What does that mean? Well, basically, the game might ask you to put stickers on the board or on cards based on actions that you chose. Or it might have you open envelopes or boxes that have new components that often change the rules on how you play. It's quite thrilling as it encourages you to play with the same group of friends as you try to uncover all of its secrets. Now, Pandemic Legacy Season 2 came out late last year and it's already creating quite the buzz. It flips the mechanic of Pandemic on its head. Instead of racing around the world trying to cure diseases, you're actually racing around the world trying to deliver goods and packages to different cities to make sure that they have the supplies needed to survive. In addition to this change, the board actually starts out with just a known portion of the map available. Now, this creates a more interesting learning curve as you only have a few cities to worry about at the start of the game and more appear through stickers you place on the board. It's hard to share too much about the game without going into spoiler details, which seems like such a crazy thing to say about a board game, but that's what makes this experience so unique. I played Pandemic Legacy Season 1 with my wife and another couple over the span of a year, and it was a great excuse every couple of weeks to get together with our friends to try and save the world. Now, we just started Pandemic Legacy Season 2, and I can't wait to see where this adventure is going to take us. So, what hot games have you been playing this month? Feel free to comment in the section below.